So, hello everyone, my name is Navi, should not be close to 124. I'm just kidding, of course there is no Black Clover, or there is an episode today, but the episode is a complete recap, right? It's recapping what the recent events were. It's pretty uninteresting, so instead of doing a tier list, and also links below then for my top, male and top female tier list that we did last year. And of course, spoilers, Mereoleona wins. Clearly, Mereoleona is freaking best waifu. And like I said last time with those lists, the list is not based on powers, right? It's based on like who's the most attractive female character, which is always Mereoleona. And well, also is probably the strongest female character as well, though. So she's kind of like winning both. But like I said, Rebecca, I have very high in the top female list, right? And she's very, very weak, right? From like a physical power standpoint. But now instead we're doing the power list, but because I want to be a little crazy and to annoy people as much as I agree, this power list I want to talk about, from like an actual power list. And what means that I was talking about the power itself. I know this is the best tier I can find with like all the characters, or most characters. Some of them are here, but they have 2 screen times, so we can read up powers. But yeah, I'm talking about the powers and not the character. What I mean is that I find this. I mean, yes, the classic, he's the power list. Oh, the best. This character is the strongest. This character. Those lists are pretty easy to do. I feel, right. You just kind of rate them based on who won what tournaments. Or yeah, I feel just boring. I want to talk about the power instead. The same thing in like One Piece. There are a couple of powers in One Piece, like especially the Kilo fruit, that with the user is really, really weak, but actually I feel the Kilo fruit could be really good because you could like run fast and go like the Flash because you're incredibly light, and then you can speed and punch them with like an infinite attack. So like it's like a lot of powers there that could be better. So I was like power league maybe because I like deciding stuff, and I'm writing my book right now, and there are a lot of powers and so on. So maybe that's why. But yeah, I want to do this list here, and we're gonna talk about the powers instead of that. I think that's more interesting. We're talking about who has the best powers, not based on who is necessarily the strongest person, right? Mereoleona. No, but like yeah, we talk about. But in that sense, right, Mereoleona has the firepower, right? Which is like, it's a pretty cool power. You can control fire, but it's pretty much equally strong too. So I think that would be more interesting, okay? Maybe some hate this, but I think it's more interesting because everyone does like a power list, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah, this guy, yeah. Which is, I think it's more interesting about, okay, how good is actually this power if I had it, right? Yeah, or someone else had it, yeah. And so I think that's more an interesting power list. So this is truly a power list ranking, yeah, not a character, like a power rank list. So anyway, let's start. I don't know what order we're gonna go here. And yeah, this list has almost every character except a few of the characters that are like very little screen time, so we can barely know what they can do in the powers. But I see the list also has duplicate like Nero and Nero. Second double up of yeah. But anyway, let's start. So okay, let's find some power that's really strong. Okay, here we go, Julius. Okay, so again, right, his time power. So of course he is really badass. Yeah, he definitely is imba. I probably I want to go on a limb and say time power is probably the best power in the storyline so far. What I've seen, probably. I mean, again, these are all manga images here, but I haven't, it's anime. We're anime, right? But yeah, so time power seems to be basically the strongest power or one of the strongest powers. So put them top there. Time power is always super powerful, right? So it's what it is. Someone else said it's like super high ranked. I feel like realist power of painting is either like S or in bacteria, but you can just create anything. There's a lot of tension there. That being said, he was defeated by Charmy and her dwarf eating power, so maybe she's much higher than. But yeah, and I guess it's like a real legend. Yeah, this has a lot of images. It also has a real as. This damn list has been real too, right? Am I blind? I think it's like a real as an elf. It's a little unnecessary. Yeah, this list has like a lot of this has a lot of images there. But whatever. Okay, so Vangan's tree power is interesting. How good is a tree power? He's using it usually being able to control the plants and so on is a high level power, right? It's kind of like a Naruto as well. Let's see with the first Hokage there. Yeah, minor spoiler, but who cares? Naruto 20 years ago now. I think it's a really strong power too. But I don't think it's like, I think it's like an S tier. I still think definitely time power is definitely like a tier higher than controlling the plants, for sure. And the same with that, I think the first king is light power is also probably light power is a really strong element though. It's really he's probably like he's probably at least D. He might be in by light tier, and I think the same thing then with we have to just argue that they have basically the same power, right? Him and you know, Patolier, yeah, throwing him there. Okay. Raya's mimic power. That's probably S, the hint of everything, yeah. I would say that's a better power, yeah. Raya's ability to be able to mimic people is usually like a really high level power, right? You can yeah, you can use copianity and you can learn any kind of magic for a while, right? You can do a lot of different stuff. That is usually a very, very high level power. For example, if you're at Exile, so Exile is an X-Man spin-off, like an X-Man, very good Exile, I love Exiles, which is based on like X-Men character that died basically, but they didn't die in all the universes. No, they're fighting like this, how would you call it? No, they're fighting like interdimensional threats on other planets and so on. And it's about like kind of the mostly dead or bad guys in X-Men and so on. And then they have Mimic then. He's a good guy then in this Exile, and he's the main character in Exile. So he's very, very strong because he's copied the 5 original X-Men characters in the same time. He can have 5 powers on the same time. So he has the 5 powers of the basic guys from the X-Men, as well as like Wolverine's healing power, something like that. But everything don't have, but still though, he's like incredibly strong because I can do everything. I have this power, I can also heal it. Yeah, so mimic power usually is like super strong, right? I can do everything. Okay. And so I feel it's hard to get on this. It's in the beginning, but I'm trying to get Gordon, and I feel Gordon is somewhere in the mid tier. I feel the poison magic is very, it's like very limited, right? If it's limited, you can't do that much with poison magic. You can just kind of create, he has different kind of poison magic, poison cloud, poison liquid. It feels, it's powerful in like a DPS, you know, I throw poison at you and you die. But it feels very limited in where you can't really do much with it. And I mean, there's like with the time power, you can both, you know, you can heal yourself, you know, yeah, you can do shit, right? And we can also, you know, freeze people in time, stop them, and you know, hurt them by like aging them. Or time power gives you so much, you know, utility, right? Both up and down, you know, and so to speak, yeah, in all kind of directions. Where poison power is like, oh, I can like poison you, I can like burn you with my poison, you know, yeah. Doesn't really give you that much, like, yeah, maybe you can heal people, and maybe you can argue that poison power can also maybe you can make antidotes, maybe you can like reverse people poisoned at best of that power, yeah. Gives a little more utility, but I think that for being imbi has to be both, you know, utility in yeah, again, mimic power, right? You can both heal people, you can copy, yeah, that's imbi, yeah. I think he's a very good like mid tier. But he's a very high damage based power, but it's very low utility. What we've seen so far, at least with that, what his power can do. I think it's a good C tier. Okay. Radis is hard because he's like, he can control the dead, but he can do more. Actually, I think his power is probably really strong. He's a really bad user. He's probably up here, seriously. If I have Radis undead necromancer power, is actually really good, right? He can actually control the dead. He can stop them from being revived. He actually has like a huge, and the people he revive can actually use the power. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna drop him up here so far. Yeah, actually, his power is actually really, really strong. Thinking about it, he can revive people or, you know, zombify them, and they still have magic power strike. Yeah, so he can go around, and he's pretty weak by himself, right? It'd be hard for him to be like, oh, I'm gonna go and kill the king and get his powers, but in theory, at least he can, you know. So I think his power actually is very, very powerful, yeah. And also could stop the whole rebirthing. So that power seems to me at least very, very powerful. I'm gonna go with S tier on him, or sorry, Imba tier. Take some character out in the middle. Or let's go. Okay, so the king, I don't know what he can do. It's pretty trash. I don't know what he can do. Even what can king do? Just trash. He's a trash character. Smoke power is pretty trash. You got like 5 power, ice power. Singing power, you can do with everything. I'm trying to know who is the worst, trashiest power. Who has the weakest power? He has a wind magic, that's pretty so. Yeah, I was like looking at the character like, who has the weakest power? That should be easy to figure out too, I feel. And again, I'm talking about the power here, not the person, right? Like who has the worst magic power? That is pretty... That shouldn't be very strong. Like that should be pretty weak. Fire beast. Earth magic. Who has the worst power? You know, you don't know what she can do actually. So I have to put it and short up. But she has like fashion magic. That power is pretty weak. Yeah, I get. She's kind of like here, maybe trash. Yeah, she's pretty weak though. She's that her power is pretty limited. Okay, she might be trash actually. Her power is she can't do much when she's gonna in her story arc. Yeah, her power seems to be pretty useless. The thing about it, it's like she can make money or something. That's her power. Yeah, it depends. Like in our world, maybe it would be better. I guess. Yeah, living on Earth, it would be a better power. Her power is really weak. This guy's power felt really trashy. Yeah, the general. I can't remember his name of it. The general that can summon like earth-board things and so on. That feels like a limited power of molding power that's like weaker than Soul's power. I mean, he can probably beat Soul, right? But Soul is like she can control the earth and create golem and so on. But I mean, that basically is like earth magic, right? And she should have a way higher potential than what she can do, right? When it comes to Soul. But that being said, Soul seems pretty weak too. She only creates golems and little earthquakes and so on. But she can't do this in the bath just to create like a wall. So she should actually have like earth manipulating power, right? Which is actually pretty strong. So when we're at Soul, let's put it up here. But he seems to be like a weaker version of Soul, yeah. I mean, from a power scale, like compared to power alone, right? He's a much weaker power of her power. Very similar powers. But hers is better, right? So a lot better, yeah. Seems really weak. He's like really weak. And then we have this guy, he's like lightning. Yeah, he's like weak lightning magic. Same with that, yeah. He's like lightning magic that he can fly and shoot light. That also to me is like a weaker lightning version than what Luck has, yeah. Because he's like, I can fly around and shoot lightning where Luck is. Let's put him here, so put Luck up here then. Because it's like, well, Luck is probably actually lightning magic pretty good. It's like energy, yeah, it's like up here somewhere. But yeah, because like lightning, he's like he has the lightning magic of, you know, I would say that he can control and make like a lightning armor. He can fly around, shoot lightning and so on. The other guys like I can have a lightning bird. I can set to my lightning bird and do that thing. That seems way weaker. Right? That seems way weaker. Yeah, it's like a worse version of lightning magic, where he's like, I can do this thing. Yeah, that seems like he's. You can of course argue that he's like he's bad. They have the same magic, and he's, but it doesn't seem like it. Like in comparison between the two characters, the one that has like, you know, much more a body encapsulating lightning magic, and the other one is like, I don't know, light molding or something. Yeah, it's like a weaker version of that as well. But maybe it should be higher up. The lightning magic is really high, but he's really bad with the magic he's using. So, but yes, you could argue that his user is bad with it, and they have the same magic, I suppose. But it looks more like his power, as his power are, they're kind of like, you know, limited in how they use, not just them, but the power itself is limited. Yeah, it's like, oh, I can only shoot lightning, I can't like fight with lightning fists and so on. Whatever. But somewhere there. Her alien magic seems really trashy. Yeah, the feather magic, that looks horrible. It has some utility, and even if she turns into like an angel, or an elf angel thing, it's just really bad, right? Yeah, she can make other people fly. Like that's her. Yeah. That is like a really bad magic. Okay, so you can give people wings, and so you can like send out, I don't know, feathers or something. Just like attacks. This is like a really weak power. It's kind of like Archangel in X-Men, right? Also he has horrible power. Oh, yeah, Archangel is evil, but yeah, Angel, I mean. Angel has horrible power. It's like he has wings. It's like, yeah, there's a horrible. He's definitely by far I mean, obviously, objectively, he's the weakest original X-Men character, Angel. He has power of wings. Yeah, it's like, like, what is that? Yeah, he has the power to have wings, and the other one's like, I can fly with my telekinetic. Yeah, it's like, She can also fly. Ray can fly too, right? But she can also, you know, she's also have to take Phoenix power. But even without that, she's like super powerful telekinetic powers and telepathic powers. And he can also fly. It's like, yeah, that's a great power, guys. Spoilers though, I suppose. He has like angelic powers later on though. Yeah, with actual angelic powers, so he can heal people and so on. But yeah, but that's like 50 years later. His blood is healing something like that. This is very, very, very later in the storyline. Very much later in the storyline. Yeah. But okay, this power is trash too. His metal power is freaking trash. Yeah, Klaus Senpai. Even as an elf, I think his power is E tier. Yeah, it's like he can like create metal stuff and shoot them away. Yeah, it feels because it's not like a Magneto thing, and also he has then a lot of X-Men and a lot of X-Men for some reason, but it's not like a Magneto thing. But I think it's a good example. Sorry for the X-Men, but it's a good reference, right? I think because Magneto, classic, super powerful, very famous character, right? Which is like power of metal, right? He doesn't have the power. Klaus has, I can create metal and then like shoot it away at me, or I can like get like a mecha little you know cart or so on, yeah, like a car. But Magneto is like I can actually, you know, remove metal around me, so and also, you know, fly around in a metal suit and fight with that and so on, yeah. So he has a lot better power. The difference is that he can't create metal though. Magneto can't actually, he has to actually come prepared with metal, right? Or have metal around him. So actually that is a bit for Magneto though. If he fights the wrong place, he can't actually use power, right? Or he has like his helmet on instead metal, but yeah, he is weaker in that sense. So there is definitely an advantage actually to Klaus then, that he can just create his power. His power is almost the same thing. But Klaus then is very limited because it doesn't help him to actually be around metal. But maybe though with Klaus' power she actually has more potential, but we've never seen that. But I would argue and say that, you know, he has like the power of maybe he could like shoot out metal spikes under the floor if it's like on ground or, you know, the ceiling and so on. If there was like a metal ceiling, maybe he could like or something like that. We've never seen that, but I guess in potential he could do that. Maybe he can, you know, grow out like a wood power in the sense that, yeah, maybe he can do that. But we haven't seen that, so I would say he has like metal creation power, and it's just really weak, yeah. And he can like send like a metal attack at you, yeah, like a metal drill or something. Very, very weak power, I would say. It's super weak. Anyway, let's go on with the other. His awakened power is really strong, actually. I think it's almost too little of him, but his awakened power seems really OP. Both negating and, yeah, Purple Orca's new captain. Fana's powers of, you know, big boobs, but yeah, Fana's power of booby firepower, very, very strong. Elemental powers are strong, right? But she has like an even better version, of course. When they have like, I can control earth, lightning, and fire, should be the same thing. She's way better because her Phoenix fire makes her be able to control fire, give her flight, of course, which you can probably do with light as well, but yeah. But also then she can like rebirth herself. She has like a, you know, a next level firepower where her firepower kind of, you know, excels her body's big, yeah. So she can't even die, which is like, you could argue that the other ones could do it too, right? Yeah, like compared to the Soul. Soul is like Earth manipulated power, but she isn't Earth herself. Yeah, she can't like, you know, if you shoot ahead of Soul, she won't be like, I can just regrow my head because I am like living Earth. My head is just like an Earth mud power. Yeah, you can't kill me. That is what Fana can do, right? So Fana is clearly like, you know, I am living fire. Yeah, basically talking One Piece terms, you know, she's like you know Ace. Yeah, she has the power of Lugia, right? Where you can like, you know, rebuild the body parts and so on. Soul is like Pika, right? She can control the element, but she can't actually. She is not the element. Yeah, Luck is the same thing. He controls the element, isn't the element. She is the element. So that's way better than being the element, right? There's a much better level of this, of a similar power, but clearly better. So yeah, Fana is up there. Clearly excels over them. Definitely. Let's take Noelle then. Noelle-chan then. And I think Noelle in the same way then is, you know, yeah, she can control water, but that's weaker than being able to control being water, yeah. But she isn't water, yeah. I think that's an equal good way there. You know, water, earth, lightning, yeah. It's a good A tier. You can manipulate the element, but she isn't the element, yeah. Fana again is the element. That's a good, that feels like a good tier comparison there, yeah. I guess in that sense you would argue that 3 is here, but I don't know, but that's where I come in. I kind of highly revere being able to control the plants. But think about that, water is way better than that. Okay. I think about this thing. So Vanga's power definitely is weaker than Fana's power. Her control of, being fire is better than just controlling. This is definitely true, yeah. Being, that is way better. Light elements is always like way better than the other elements. So even if he isn't light element, I think light element is like the best element, right? That's a dark element, so we can take Yami. Where's my Yami? Yeah. Whenever, when I find Yami later in this list here. No, I can't find Yami. Okay, where is Yami? God damn it. There's so many characters left. It's just Yami. Yeah, so Yami is also goes up here, yeah. Controlling light, controlling darkness is the best elements, right, always. So that's up there. Reels, power of utility. Yeah, he can do his crazy power, yeah. Fana clearly better, but it should be Vangans. Maybe it should be down here. Maybe I feel like I'm clearly overrating now then, because the tree, he isn't tree. He's controlling tree, right? Which is basically the like controlling lightning or earth then. But I feel that's better to control tree magic. He has so much. Usually, you can see what he can do. Yeah, usually this is better, right? It's like a better version of earth. Usually, yeah. Usually it's better. But I would argue that water controlling, manipulating water, I would argue is even better, right? Because you can then drown people, yeah, and there's so much water on the planet. Usually, yeah, I have to have Noelle up here, and yeah, Noelle means better. Definitely. Controlling water, yeah, perfect water manipulation is better, right? I have to say that. Maybe I'm gonna get them both down to 80 later on then. I feel these ones here are way better. I feel this is probably more fair, like this order, yeah, okay. Okay, we're doing this for nerfing. We're nerfing Vangas. Yeah, he's going down here. 3, I mean, I'd rather be fire than controlling plants though, definitely. If I could be a plant, like I could heal myself and sound, yeah, then I would pick, being plant guy, yeah. Probably. But okay. And then similar Veen, I mean, yeah, like, controlling fire, it's obviously weaker than being fire. Is it better than being earth? Yeah. I think I probably have this order, yeah. Earth, lightning. It's like an element list now, but yeah. Yeah. Controlling this, controlling water, yeah. This is like a perfect elemental ordering, yeah. Like this is the list. This is the list now. But you have to say that Tawny Princess though. That's her, right? Yeah, it has to be. I think it's two Charlotte. It's like one Charlotte, normal Charlotte, and like elf Charlotte, yeah. But yeah, Charlotte definitely weaker than her own, Nissan, yeah, definitely weaker than her little Kohai, whatever you call it, Imoto-chan, yeah, yeah, Soul, because she has like not plant manipulation, yeah, but not really like the Vangans level, more like I can just create torch. It's strong, but it's not like actually creating. The earth, any kind of, he has any tree magic, because he has like, specifically Torn magic, which definitely is way weaker, and then earth magic is better too, right? So yeah, she is definitely strong. So that's a kind of mean of this list here, because her magic I definitely would rate very high. She's almost kind of like, honestly, kind of like probably this level, yeah. She's probably down here, seriously. Like this is probably the gap between her and like Vangastone, yeah, like 2 tiers. Like she's not that strong. I mean, that's my point, I guess. In a tier character power list, she would be way higher, right? Because she can, beat of course Soul and so on. But from a power list, it's purely a power ranking list. She is pretty weak, yeah. Like that, her power, I mean, is pretty weak, yeah. Torny power, it is pretty, like just worse power than Vega. Vega has the best. Vega has the same power, right? It's just way more better, way more utility. You can just do a lot more with that power, right? Her power is very, very limited when it comes to like the power. But Mimosa then, which is like a very interesting image. Mimosa, yeah, it's a nice image of Mimosa and her up-pipe falls out there, yeah. Similar Veen, she's like a mix between, she's like a weaker version than Vangus, right? But not as weaker than Torn. But she can also like heal, and she can do like this, reading the room and so on. But Vangus can do it too, basically, yeah. So it's like I'm some kind of like a weaker version of his power, but still similar power, right? Definitely better than I would absolutely pick Mimosa's power over Torn Prince power. And yeah, she has so much more utility. Definitely up here, maybe even higher. because she can do some much more utility-based powers, yeah. But that feels fair to me, definitely. Like, her power is very weak from like an actual, utility of the powers, right? And then they have Mereoleona. In a similar region, you have Mereoleona, just like a fire user, yeah. Just she and her brother, they have the same power, right? From a power scale, yeah. Otherwise, of course, Mereoleona is up here because she's a badass and she is, she has a willpower. But of course, from like a pure power scale, she just have fire manipulative. But I mean, yeah, it's a good power, but it's not like, it's not like Fana who is fire, yeah. Of course, she probably could beat her in the actual storyline, but that's because she is much more a badass woman. But that's another thing, yeah. Word magic, oh my god, there it is, yeah. Word magic, clearly freaking OP is like here, yeah. You can say whatever he wants and throws that shit, yeah. I think I don't say much more about that, no, but like word magic, clearly he can be like, oh, I wanna summon this shit, and it happens, right? So I think it's pretty clear that word magic from, yeah, the Akuma, it's incredibly strong, yeah. Leopold, yeah, they have the exact same powers. I mean, he also has used the firepower. He did also use firepower. He did the exact same power. These three characters have literally the exact same power, right? They all from like a power scale, but they're exactly the same. Yeah, the only difference is like, oh, I can control. I'm better with this thing. I have to say, of course, with Noelle later on, then that her sister, like and brother, of course, but I can't. Where is she? Let's remove her from the list then. There she is, yeah. She's up here then, Yeah. It's almost a trash character, but she has the same power as sister, yeah, water magic. She's just way worse. Yeah, she's just a worse user of water magic. Where is the brother? Where is where is he? Okay, this is a little hard now, I think later. But yeah, that's the old brother. He's better. He's here. That's the good brother. Where's the douchebag brother? Oh, there he is. Screaming there, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Because he also has water magic, right? They have exact same, like the... like with Mereoleona and so on, yeah. They have the fire family and the water family. They have the exact same magic powers. From a magical standpoint, right, from a power standpoint, they are equally, powerful. If it goes like, you pick one character's powers, right? But you don't become the character, you just get the powers, right? This is what this is, yeah. Then you could pick Noelle, or you could pick like her, Nessal, or you could pick the, one of her two siblings. You will get the exact same power. You will get water manipulation, yeah. And then of course that makes Noelle a good character because Noelle is, character developing from being missing all the time, right, to getting her, armor and everything. This shows you how Noelle, is like a great character development and why she's much better than her sister, yeah, because she's really training and, she has a better personality and so on, yeah, and that's why she's stronger, right? So from an actual character, of course, she's much stronger than them, but in this list here, they're actually equal, right? But then again, it makes Noelle a good character, right? So that just proves to why Noelle is a great, great girl, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to, here it is, mouse, yeah, Noelle, but yeah. Clearly why Noelle is a great character. But her brother then, the nice brother. And I always felt he was nice to her. I mean, yes, he's mean, but on the same time, I think it was clear from the beginning that he was doing it in an overprotective state. He was like, oh, mom died and I don't want her to die because, and so on, yeah. So I felt Nisama was always like, caring about his sister in like a, harsh way. Where of course the other two, they just hate her, they just empty hate. He always understood why mother died, right? So he's more like overprotective, I think that's a very big. I think that's a good writing there. It's a very good difference between us. Okay, he has Mercury controlling, right? Yeah, Quicksilver controlling. That is really OP. Yeah, that feels like a really good power. He has, he does a lot of stuff that other characters can't really do, and yeah, but that's pretty classic. I feel when you have the elemental power of controlling. And not like a basic element like water, but he can basically do the exact same thing they can do, but with Mercury, which is way better, right? Liquid silver, yeah, he's stronger, right, than water. He can do the same thing, drown people, build an armor, and so on, yeah. But it's just better because it's metal, and yeah, it's just a way better power, right? It's like the water power, but improved, yeah. So obviously it's up here, but I wouldn't call him in this level. He's like, yeah, it's up here. Kind of similar to light and darkness, it's like a little better element to control. Mercury element. Her eating power. So Charmy is hard. Charmy has 2 powers, I guess. You know, her sheep power has a high utility, and then her eating power. She could eat Will's magic, and she's like. I mean, I'm gonna throw Charmy up here and fight me about it. No, but I feel like Charmy, you know, are we discussing both powers in the same time? I guess we are, because her as a person has that like super feeding, super eating power. It's kind of like a coin that's like flipped over. She can change her powers, and her power is based on the other power, right? It's like the reverse of the other power. So I guess you have to argue, but I feel I will argue that her power is the same power, right? It's like if you picked Charmy's power, you get both, because it's like, yeah, they kind of have some kind of tandem yin-yang, you know, relationship. So I guess that's kind of like her power. But even without that, her eating power seems to have like endless eating power, and absorbing their magic, like a person's power, getting that said magic, being stronger from that magic, right? She's like super, yeah, she's quite powerful from that. She can fight hard and so. So I actually I'm gonna give Charmy that. Very good for her. And also her eating, her creating food magic is also very strong, which she can like heal people, she can heal herself, right? And give the mana back and so on. But also herself, so like an infinite machine. She can eat her own food and she gets infinite mana from that, right? Or at least healing her own mana, so she can heal herself for endless. That is pretty imba too, actually. So I think she definitely is up here. Yeah, it's a kind of weird, abstract eating and feeding people power that is like limitless. Yeah, so. Very weird, but you think about she can eat anyone, right? Anyone's mana and get that mana power itself for a while, at least, to get super stronger, right? That alone, it's kind of like in Superman or in DC, but super generally, you have Parasite, which is like a guy that he can touch people, right, and get their powers for a limited time. And he's like typical Superman bad guy, right? But he touches Superman and then gets Superman's powers, which is pretty good. Yeah, so he gets, you know, he can leech off anyone's powers, yeah. And that basically gives him a mimic power, right? It's worse than mimic because it touched them, but it's like a mimic power nonetheless, right? If he touches them, he gets the power. So basically, yeah, it's like a mimic thing going on there. Where Raya has a similar power, he touches a Grimoire, yeah. I mean, Raya has a Grimoire, but then he keeps it. Parasite is like he touches a Grimoire, and then he's like, for like a day he keeps it. Yes, it's limited in that sense, Parasite. It's limited, but still it's like very good power too, right? And Charm is like, she can use eat your mana, you know, like their attacks and so on. She can use absorb their attack basically and get stronger, right? Which is very strong. So, I mean, we haven't seen that, but I'm assuming her power can like eat a fireball and so on, right? And like, oh, I can do this thing and so on, yeah. And on that said, we can throw up, you know, Lord, yeah, one of my favorite characters in the anime, definitely. Where is he? I love his character. I love his trickster character. Oh, there he is. He's up here, yeah, definitely. His power is even better. Yeah, he has the same power that he's kind of has the same absorbing mimic power as with Shaman, but he's better. He gets attacked, he absorbs it, and then he can fight with it. Yeah, that's a great power, a classic super high power sale, I feel. And also, it's even that good because even if you're a weak person, like a bad user, right? If you just got the power today, you can still just absorb people's like on you, so you can just fight with them. Yeah, his power is freaking awesome. Only for Asta with his animatic power can beat it basically because he can just all the stuff. Yeah, but yeah, he's a classic imba power where you can just get any other power. It's just incredible. There's Asta. Asta, of course, is up here somewhere. But Asta's power, Asta's power is super imba. Of course it is. I said I started watching Black Clover. Of course, being anti-magic, you can't use magic, but you can also use anti-magic everyone else. Yeah, that's how it always works. I love Black Clover, but it's not very innovative when it comes to how Asta is inbound, because that's very classic. That the character that is, again, has anti-magic in their bodies is like super good against everyone else. Like, for example, one of my favorite games, Sega Fountain 2, right, has the same backstory where the main character Gustave he has no anima, no mana in the world. Everyone asks to use mana, so he gets exiled. It's a much rougher life story than Asta's life story. Yeah, Sega Fountain 2 is like an old JRPG game, right? And the main character is a prince, and he gets like, exiled, and his mother dies, and his backstory is way rough. just get bullied for having no mana. He gets like almost killed, and his mother gets killed, and so he has to run away from his home and live as like a peasant, or hide in some kind of it's a much rougher backstory. His brother goes crazy because he blames his brother for the death of their mom and tries to kill him and so on. So it's a much rougher backstory, but basically his exact same powers as he's anti-magic. Everyone else can use magic in the world. He can't, but he instead creates a sword, a massive sword that he can use and hit people, and they like diffuse their magic, and he's like immune to magic damage and so on. His whole body is like magic immune and so on. With other characters, of course, aren't, and he can only take that physical damage on. So very similar to Clover actually. That game very similar. The Gustave backstory, or the Gustave storyline, but there are two different characters. But anyway, so anti-magic, super strong rise. It's probably even better than Word Magic. I don't know, Word Magic is cray. Word Magic is cray. Something like his. Please don't want to beat him. That's in bad hell. But I still think I would still pick Time Power though. Time Power is just like the best thing ever. I would still pick Time Power over, I feel. But whatever. Something like that, But I mean, you can look at it. Assassin's Power could defeat Word, but also more Akuma body shape. But still, he could defeat his power of absorbing. So anti-magic is super OP, right? But Time Power is still like that. Is just Time Power is Time Power. You can't really go wrong with Time Power. I think that's just the best shit, right? Okay, let's go on. It's hard. I think it's really hard with his. He's somewhere down here. I don't know. This is hard. He's like Sakura Blossom power. It's like a really weird power when he's like I can control. Petals, flower petals, and do shit with them, and I can dance or something. That's his character though. But like that's a really weird power to measure. It doesn't feel very strong. He has some kind of illusionary kind of like you can't see me because I create like a petal storm or something. But I would argue say that Vengeance could do it too. Right? He has the power of plants, so he could also create like mimosas too. Like your brother should be able to do the same thing. He has some utility though. He can like track people and so on. So actually but I actually think her brother is very strong. I think her brother is very strong for the power he has. Like he's like a very strong, candidate for having that power. And he's actually quite smart. And he's annoying, but he's actually smart in how he's like, strategy and so on. So I feel he like has a weak power. Like he's like a really weak power, I feel. But it's probably like he's a very good use of power. He's like maximum potential of that power. It feels like that's probably what I feel. But I think he's somewhere, he's like a Charlotte level probably, It's like a weirder, weaker version than the other people has. But the Master can again, he can do so much more with her plant powers than he can do. Well, we've seen at least, but of course she has a lot more screen time, for obvious reasons, look at the book, so... But still though, like, let's pick him down here. His powers is really weak, oh god, he is a great character though, Vanessa, Vanessa, of course, a great female character. One of my absolute waifus of the anime, for sure. Not the image I see now, but Vanessa. I mean, she has a super strong imba power with like luck, probability power. Actually, I'm gonna go so far and pick her like here. It's almost probably it's like a So. Maybe, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go even here. Okay, there we go. Okay, Vanessa's best power. Okay, there we go. That's actually, I'm serious. I am deadly serious, right? Vanessa's power is probably the best power of the whole anime. Vanessa's power is probably the winner, right? We can end the video now. Vanessa's power is probably the best power because Vanessa has the probability power, which is like endlessly. Again, right? If you talk about just like generally, we talk about powers here, right? She has the probability power that can be like, oh, you can't hurt me because you missed. Probability, She has the power of endless luck and so on, right? Which is like the best power usually. Even better than time power. It's like reality altering power, Which is the few powers better than time power is like reality altering, right? Reality warping. That's better power, usually. But she has even like a horrible, how to say it? She's like a horrible imba way of having it too, because some people have reality warping power, so I can change reality and this and that. But she has like a cat thing, rogue, that's like it does her. I'll say that like it automatically protects her, right? Yeah, she has like a reality-changing power, but the reality-changing power is like automatic from her kitten, yeah. So that gives her like even a better power of reality, because just if you think about it, it's kind of like Domino in Marvel, yeah, luck power, yeah. And also long shot in Marvel. So she has that power makes them basically immortal, because it's like, oh, you can't be, I avoided, yeah. It's like she has that kind of power, right? With her, it costs her mana though, we know that. But I'm talking about, again, just power potential here, right? If she has infinite mana, right? She trains a lot, goes to the gym, you know, she's super hot, but yeah, you know, if she, I don't know, gets her mana higher up in some way, drink more wine or something, yeah. And, you know, her power is endlessly, she's immortal. And also power extends to everyone around her, right? It's even better than most of those luck-based power, because usually this takes the user itself and potentially the party, but she's like automatically saving everyone, her friends around her, and yeah. So her power is probably the best power. It beats time power, because even if you fight her with time power and she's like, you know, has mana, you can hurt her with time power anyway, yeah, because you can avoid it. So yeah, Vanessa is the winner, of course. Let's throw in a Vanessa. Let's throw in a Vanessa image somewhere. I should have one. I mean, I have so many. I have so much Black Clover stuff. Where's my Vanessa? Mereoleona, yeah. I'm pressing the brown button. Why is my keyboard not working? Come on. Wait, I can't. I don't have any Vanessa power. No. I need to. I know I have some Vanessa images. Where's my Vanessa? Oh my god, I'm crazy. Where's my Vanessa? Oh my, not in this folder. Oh my god. Oh, that is bad, man. That is bad. Yeah, not even here either. I feel ashamed now not having that Vanessa image here. She's clearly the winner. Yeah, damn it. New computer, I blame that. Yeah, almost new now. I had a Vanessa GIF though. That I was gonna throw out, but there we go. We need to have Vanessa in here. We need to get the Vanessa. We need to get the Vanessa in there, yeah, definitely. Need to get the Vanessa in there. That is wrong for I have two Vanessa actually. Yeah, okay, I did it on the gift. There we go. She wins. Throw the Vanessa. Yes. Screw this hot goes down there. Yeah, Vanessa, best character, best ninja. Okay, there we go. Now I'm back. Now I'm back in my mental there. But yeah, Vanessa, probability power. That's the best power. String magic. Like Dofi, clearly the best power. No, her power is amazing. Let's go on then. Can't make an overly long video right now, I can of course. You know, wind magic, you know, I think wind magic is better than water magic. It's actually probably better than mercury magic. Here, probably. Yeah, I mean, you can't use like, you know, suffocate people by just, you know, doing that thing, yeah. Probably. So wind magic to me is like super high, right? Yeah, you can do so much with wind magic. Air magic, yeah, it's super tight. That's a great power. But he's not, again, no, he isn't fire wind, yeah. He's not a Logia wind, so it's still weaker than that. Still weaker than that. Okay. Let's go on. Her sealing magic is pretty. It has some high utility, can heal people, can do stuff, yeah. Her sealing magic is one of those like utility magic powers where it's very hard to determine what she can do actually with her sealing magic. Nero-chan, yeah. It feels like she's somewhere, but she can't really fight with it herself though. It doesn't feel like a very. Obviously it's useful, you know, to save the prince and so on, but it's also like a very weak power if you're alone, yeah. It's somewhere here I feel like Mimosa, yeah. It's like a high utility magic, but it doesn't really, except with you know, you can't really use it offensively, yeah. Mimosa can shoot light, she can shoot so, yeah, actually probably better, yeah. Somewhere here probably. I feel it's like, it's very high. I mean, in a sense, it's way better than elemental powers because it's very abstract, right? It's a weird abstract power that can definitely take you up to like an imba state, like saving the first king is imba. But it's just like it's very useful for doing that stuff, but otherwise it's almost completely useless. Yeah, it's like I can remove your pain for a while. I can see it. Yeah, it's like a very weird power where it's like, is it good to have? Not really. Not for, you know, everyday use, right? I mean, of course, as her backstory, the king found her, you know, find her pattern and so on, find her way of life to use her power, right? So it's a good power in that sense, but overall, it's overall it's pretty weak. It's weak on an everyday, you know, it's weak for an everyday life, right? Yeah. But it has high utility in that sense. Hard, it's hard, yeah. Limit, yeah, weird power. He has a trash power. Trash character with trash power. He really has a trash power though. It's like a worse version than Klaus, right? Yeah. Seki has a similar. I can summon like some element, you know, of metal, and it's crappy. I mean, you can both of them make a weaker version of, you know, Quicksilver. Yeah, he's like a trash character with a really trashy power, really. This word she's here now, but just have to fight. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, whatever. Poor woman there. She has no real fighting magic of this so far. Finral's power of gating is very strong, right? His brother has a. I mean, things that Finral's power is up here, right? Yeah, he's never used it. He's just a bad user. Gating power is really awesome, and his brother, you know, they can create like his, you know, cut people up and so on. He should be able to do the same thing with his power. Yeah, just create a gate inside of someone and kill them by that. He's too much of a nice guy, right? So Finral has like a very strong power. He's like a bad user at it. Yeah. You know, but he can't develop so into getting a better version of it, you know, gradually, right? But yeah, so Finral is somewhere up there, definitely. I think that's like a high-end power. His brother also, I mean, it's Imba, right? Those two powers are really Imba. And that's his brother, right? Yeah. I mean, it's the evil there. It has to be, right? Yeah. So that's like, you know. But is it better? I think his power is better. Because I think he can do the same thing. He can, like, cut people up with, you know, gated your body, you're dead, yeah. But he can also teleport people and so on. So he's like a high utility taxi. Yeah, well, that magic power is increasingly, you know. And compared to Nero, though, like he has, you know, crazy utility, right? Absurd utility level. And absurdly good, you know, party abilities. But he can also use it, you know, constantly in every battle. Her power is like, yeah, high utility, I guess. But it's like, well, her power is like incredible utility when it's needed, right? Yeah. But her, like, you know, Pig Nero's power, they aren't that useful day-to-day living, yeah. They can't really be used, like, in every battle, or, like, I can seal you so you don't die. Yeah, that's a cool power, but, like, you can't use it, like... And also, she used the stones for that, yeah. So it's not really, like, use her power alone. I feel like that's, like, super utility, that's, like... Yeah, this is, like, good utility, this is, like, insane utility. That's probably fair. I think it's fair. Mushroom power. I think it's the same level here. Whatever nearest power is better than that, but he's also like, you know, utility, but can't really do much more than that. Yeah. Also, he can't really fight alone. Like I mean, this is like, you know, another fire manipulator. Yeah, they have a lot of fire manipulators at this accent power of them. Another fire manipulator, and of course, as her son, that she has the Quicksilver magic, right? Yeah, we've seen her, but I guess she's better than because she has the Noelle version of control he lacks. So it's a better version of it. Yeah, he can get there one day, I guess. Dance magic is like really crap. Is it somewhere down there? Yeah, dance magic is like I can dance. I mean, if it's like Fire Emblem, it's the best thing ever because you can never get hit by anything. You have, you know, infinite evasion, but yeah, dance magic is probably freaking down here. It's like it's probably the trashiest magic. Dance magic is like, what the hell can he do with dance magic? It's like sword dance magic. I mean, again, I play a lot of Fire Emblem, and in sword dance, it's like the best thing in Fire Emblem because you have infinite evasion, so it's the best thing ever. But from like a magical standpoint, it's like, why would you ever pick to be? I can like dance, and my dancers create stuff. I mean, I guess. If his magic was more like a bard power or a musician or whatever in like Final Fantasy and so on, where it's like I do this dance and then everyone gets like attack up or something. I guess in that sense the dance magic is a little better because you have to argue that if you ignore him being a weak user of dance magic, singing magic, her bard magic, right, should be the same thing because you have it in other games. You have the dance and you have the music magic in games so on. Where if you sing with your bard, everyone gets attack up, or everyone gets like, you know, double the speed or something, or you have like a dancer doing the same thing. So in that sense, dance magic's utility could be really high. I think about it. He's just a but I think that his version of dance magic isn't that. His dance magic hasn't really been showing very good utility, right? But I guess from like a universal dance magic standpoint, it actually can even be up here. Nah, I don't have idea, but like somewhere here then. But we have seen in this anime, in Clover, the manga, so on, he has done shit with that. Her magic though is someone up here, yeah, utility based. You know, I can sing and I can heal you. I guess I have to pick him up here then from like a ignoring he's a really bad user. We haven't actually seen him actually do that kind of high level utility. But I guess that, again, as I mentioned again, from different video games, so on, from other animes, mangas, so on, especially from games, the bard or the dancer or both of them, in especially role-playing games, have the ability to like, oh, if I dance, everyone gets, you know, double attack power for 3 turns, yeah, whatever, yeah. That's like a really good power, right? So, useless by themselves, the singer and the dancer, but really good with other people, right? So, I suppose we have to argue that they both have that power of, like, because his sister, she can do, you know, yeah, she can sing and heal people, and she can sing and they get, you know, yeah, buffs and so on. It's a buffer class, right? So, but limited buffer class, yeah. I still prefer, you know, Mimosa with like, she can buff people, she can heal people, and she can like, I can look at a radar and build this thing. So she has like super high buff, right? She's super. And again, Nero is like, she has incredibly high buffs, but you can only use them very rarely. Yeah, she's kind of like the super, the best buffer, I guess. But her buffs are like, yeah, I can save your life, but that's not very good because then you die. Yeah, it's not like, it's a good power, but not very good per battle, right? I think it's like a fair. I guess that's fair. Like ignoring the user, including the dance magic, it should be like singing magic. It should be basically the same thing, more or less. Yeah, something like that. But I'm thinking now here, we have something to that. Yeah, so I mean, he kind of has been, Cell has kind of the wind manipulative user. He's like a worse version of Juno. Yeah, he's like a weaker Juno, right? Yeah, isn't Cell's magic? I'm sure I don't say. Isn't Cell's magic? Isn't it just wind manipulative power? Isn't that just? Isn't he straight up fun? Yeah, isn't he straight up like, you know, wind magic, right? Yeah, but he has the exact same powers as Juno, right? He's weaker, right? He's like a weaker Juno. Isn't that we call it? Yeah, wind manipulation, wind creation magic. He gets sword and so on. I'm just thinking about it, but yeah, isn't his power like straight? Isn't it straight up Juno? Just a weaker version of Juno. I guess I have to pick up here then because like, yeah, it's wind magic. Right? It's wind magic. Yeah, it's like, isn't it? Doesn't he have the exact same power as? You know, yeah, again, doesn't he have his wind magic? He's just weaker wind magic use. Yeah, he's like a weaker wind magic user. And she has ice magic, also pretty weak for an ice magic. But I think that ice magic is ice magic better than having water magic? I mean, this is the elemental list here, right? Yeah. What would I rather have? Would I have ice magic? She can create ice. I would rather have water, actually. Or both of them, the combo there. I'd rather have fire, probably. It's more effective, yeah, than ice. Ice it's strong, but I'd rather have ice fighting. I'd rather have lightning. It's probably not here if it's earth or ice. I think it's probably for ice manipulative or over earth. Earth can be really strong that you can work. Actually, it's probably the that's good. Yeah, it's an elemental list, but I don't think ice controlation is that good. And it's so much more water in the world, and it's like, yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, it's like probably that where earth magic is better probably. Oof. Ice magic is very strong, of course. Sometimes it depends on it depends on how. Think about it. Depends on how powerful you are. If if you can freeze someone immediately, ice magic is really strong. If you can like instant freeze them, earth magic is kind of like you can remove the earth setting on. And this is water magic. I think is better though. You usually drown them, and you so much water around the world and so on. But is it better than tree magic and fire magic? Oof, Hard one. I definitely prefer lightning over ice though. Actually, I think this thing I prefer lightning over fire though, so I'm gonna do that thing, yeah. These are elementalists now. Yeah, I prefer the yeah. But yeah, that's true. Lightning or fire, yeah. Definitely the better element, yeah. Lightning, man. It makes you so fast too. Potentially much faster. Actually, I wanna go so far and say maybe lightning's better than water. Maybe. Okay, whatever. It's kind of like the same thing. They are elemental power. Oh, it's probably better, yeah. Somewhere up there. Now we have a lot of like nobodies left almost. Yeah, I think getting down the list is sort of also interesting. A few characters left there. Her power of drag things also seems really weak. It's a weird. Yeah, it has some utility, not the best power. That's just really again. I'm just gonna put it down the character we already have in the list here because yeah, there are a few duplicates. Like I don't know if you have about like elf real or really, you know, it doesn't really matter. Same with like Fana. I guess it's weaker in hate. Fana the hater was weaker, I guess, than like the, you know, next Fana, but still though, like yeah. Well, yeah, basically the fire money power, yeah. Vito though. Where's my bro? Where's my cosplay character? Yeah. We have young Vito. What do we have here? Yeah, the better Vito, the hairy Vito with the correct hair. Yeah. Bestial power. His power is like really OP, right? Because he's like he couldn't die. He could like regrow his body parts. So he had that power. He can like, you know, create different the whale thing. But you just be able to heal yourself when you're dying and so on. His power is somewhere probably up here. Seriously, I think I probably pick Vito at like lower Imba scale or maybe high S tier because his power is like, oh, you couldn't kill me, so I could like lizard heal power. Yeah. I mean, we see him lose like half his torso and the arm. He's like, rip, I just know that. I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, he's somewhere up there, man. Vito is like, he's crazy. Vito has the power of. That power is really strong, yeah. That power is freaking Imbar, yeah. That alone makes it Imbar, I think. Be able to heal your own, like, lost. Yeah, he loses his heart and so, like, whatever, I just go with, yeah. That, I think, alone makes it Imbar. And then he can do, you know, he can, like, not to swim, but he can, like, create this whale aura around him and his whole party. So he can go into the water, and he can do all this crazy stuff, right? And he's, like, super fast and strong, and he can do anything, yeah. Because it's not like you say. Think that he can turn into any animal, but if you create like Beast Boy in DC Comics, we can be like an elephant. I can be an elephant or a tiger, yeah, which is like a really crap power. Right? You can use transform into animals, really crap power. It's like a bad, yeah, it can't even be humans. Yeah, weak power. But Vito is like I can like channel any animal, but when I channel them, like the potential is like super high, yeah, like. Also, Lord Bam, you are, yeah, like he can channel the power and make it, you know, incredibly much stronger. So basically, it's like beast magic for him. It's like, oh, the power of an elephant strength times 100. You know, it's like, yeah, he's way better, right, than actually is becoming the animal. It's he's doing a lot better than that. Yeah, his potential of the animal powers are vastly superior than the animal. So it's somewhere up there. It's not like crazy in like time or probability, but it's like a weird, endless potential of animals. Yeah, a really weird power. And also extensive team and so on, yeah. Super good power. Okay, Shane power I feel is really trash. Only good trash character. But that power is really trash, yeah. It's like, oh, I can like control metal chains. The same thing with like Klaus, right? It's like a weaker version than Klaus. But Klaus can also probably do that one day, you know. It's like more finer to control a chain than like a drill. But it's like, you can summon chains. The other guy can like summon metal and make metal do different stuff, yeah. So he can do the same thing. So that might be the worst power in the whole freaking storyline, actually. The power of just, yeah, chains. It seems incredibly weak. And I mean, obviously, Quicksilver people can do that too. They can with that power. They should be doing, yeah. Really bad power. Really bad power. Horrible power. Truly a horrible power. We have to have short, right? I put it down here. Horrible power indeed. Jason power. That's really weak power. So weak power. But then we have. That's a real noise. Yeah. But I think with his power too, what we have seen so far from the popular Orca former captain is that he can do he can stealth. Stealth is a pretty good power, but like he has the power of invisibility. We haven't seen him do anything else with that power, so he seems to be, I don't know how he can be a captain, but it seems to be he just having the power to turn himself or others into hiding, but you can still see him pretty easily. So it's like the pervert power, the peeping Tom power. Actually a really weak power, I feel. I mean, power of stealth is good, but that's the only thing he has, right? And if you had it in real life, it would be pretty cool. You can do like the Invisible Man as a new mover, you can do that shit, but you can be a perv, that's the power you can have there. The sun is real power, but what can you do otherwise? Otherwise it's a pretty bad power. I mean, it's kind of like, I think One Piece is very bad, I want to talk about One Piece, but One Piece, you have the stealth power, and that guy is, Nami beats him up, the guy is useless, right? The power is useless because the guy can't fight, he's invincible. But you know, if someone else had that power, it could be dangerous if like a good fighter had it. So stealth power is based on like how good your physical, your own physical strength is, right? While being hidden. That's the power of stealth, So it's only good if your user is very physically strong. In that sense, it's a good power though. If you also are very physically apt, right? Then the power is good. But then it's like, but is it the power that makes it strong? No, the guy has to be really strong physically too. And that guy would be dangerous without the powers, right? So you have to be, because the thing is that, let's say you get the power in our world. Okay, so you're a normal human that can turn invincible, but I have the power of like, I don't know, lightning, or like Fana's flame rebirth, leaving fire power. Even if I can't see, you can hurt me anyway. You can't hurt me, I can usually reborn myself anyway. And if you punch me, you die from the fire, right? So you can't do anything anyway. And if you have a Vita power, you can use heal and so on. The thing is that it works. I think the power is crap, because the thing about it is like, yes, One Piece, good example of it. Like in One Piece, it seems to be a good power if you're physically strong, right? Like Soros and that. You're physically strong, But the thing is that One Piece has the limit of, you have the deal fruit powers, right? People have the power of the fruits, but they also have the power of like Zoro. You train a lot, right? You use exercise, you do, and then you do that shit, and you can then you can throw a building, right? So they have no limits on their physical strength in One Piece, and that is why the power, like Sanji wants the power, his big power, If like power like Sanji, then with like a really strong physical person, right? If he gets the power, it's actually incredibly strong. He kicks so powerfully, and it's really fast and so on. So for him, he's like actually incredibly strong, but that's because in that world, they can also, excel in physical strength so much more than we can here, right? If all this power is in our world, we will still just be humans, right? We have to assume so, And then just turning invisible is like a really weak power. You can just turn invisible, but you still have the human strength. You can't defeat like anyone in this list, except like you're backstabbing someone, right? But most of them have like so much power that you can't backstab them. They're like living fire, or they can create the sheets. It's only good to like, assassinate people who are sleeping. So it's actually like a really trashy power, because it seems to give him absolutely nothing except just stealth, and that just makes it and that would never beat anything up here. If it only work again in the sense that the universe would also let you be physically strong, but not like physically in our universe, but like actual, like I can throw building physically strong. Then the power would be good, but I think there's like an old rule that we have to agree on, that you can also train so much you can like become incredibly physical prowess that I would say doesn't really exist here, right? So and also limits in before that. No. It's a trash power. I mean, it's better than I guess these powers, but it's just like it's a trash. I guess it's like this kind of way. That seems good. That's Raya again, right? I don't know, 2 Rayas or there's too many duplicates. And again, that's like evil, dark lich, whatever. It's just the same thing. Light, dark light magic, but like whatever. So we kind of hear them. Sword magic though. Sword magic should be. It doesn't feel like it should be strong, but depending on sword magic doesn't feel like it should be a good power, because like I can summon a freaking sword, but because sword magic lets you like shoot lightning swords and do all absorbing. Sword magic gives you, I can absorb your powers, and sword magic is just, in this world, definitely nothing I've ever seen before in my life. That's very new, I guess, in Clover there. Sword magic, incredibly strong. Sword magic is somewhere up here, because it's like, he can absorb abilities and shit. Yeah, he's like, it's super, like, utility and everything. Yeah, sword magic is like the best shit ever, apparently. So, but I still wouldn't call it as good as being able to, you know, reborn yourself when you die, or like be able to absorb any kind of element is being attacked by it. And the weird, I can kill anyone and get their magic power as a zombie, and that's probably better. Yeah, like I can cope with stuff just by looking, yeah, you know, someone. And also, of course, this, like, you know, spatial magic is really powerful. So yeah. And time, yeah, time and space, right, is better, and of course probability power is better. So, but it has an absurd utility. He can, like, you know, he can also absorb powers and so on. Yeah, it's really high level magic. That's Valdos, I think. Valdos has like, that's Valdos. Who's that then? Exactly. Who is the character? Who is that character? Who is that character? Because Valdos is over there, right? No, is that, oh no, is that oh yeah, okay, no, that is right. That's Valdos. No, the character is the one that Akuma. Okay, I think so, but we never saw his power then. So yeah, that's probably how it is, right? One of them is that, yeah, one of them is a traitor, of course. We never saw his power, so we can't really say what he can do then, because that's him, right? I hope so, right? Yeah. I'm gonna... No, what is his power? I don't know what his power is. Like, what is the power of... What do we know the power of that guy? I'm just like, what is his power? I mean, we all saw it possessed, right? So I mean, what is Ron's power? He's one of the 10, yeah, apostles. That's probably strong, right? But what is his? I mean, yeah, this is clearly, this is Ron. That's Alpha player, this is Ron. But did we ever see his magic? Maybe we did, and I just. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, so he does it once. Yeah, he has like switching magic. He can like switch places stuff. So he can kind of teleporting magic. I have to read it. I'm reading here, like, Wikipedia. What can Ron actually do? So Ron has, he does the switching. He does that stuff. Yeah, he can do that switching stuff. But that's one thing we do see him do. Like, what is? He can swap places with people and objects. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's very limited knowing what he can do, I suppose. So, yeah, so Ron has the power of like swap places with people and objects he touch and so on. So it's kind of like a similar power to, like, you know, the spatial power, but it's like a way weaker version. Yeah, it's like a weaker version of spatial power. I think I would probably put it somewhere here. Yeah, like it's kind of similar to law, I guess. Yeah, it's like a swapping, but no, it's still weaker because he has to touch them too. I'm just reading Wikipedia, but he has to touch the object first, and then that's object, and then he can, or people. But that means he has to touch them, right? He can't just be like, you know, this shaft room and then do this stuff. He has to actually, you know, physically go over. He does at the end scene. So, well, maybe he can do more stuff though. It only happens once, right? So we can't really know exactly what Ron actually could do, I suppose. But actually, who is Ron? Do we know that? Who is Ron? Who's human Ron is? Is that known? I guess not. Like who Ron was controlling. Maybe you can like read about who Ron's human is, right? But I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think we ever see Ron's. I mean, obviously I call out to be a traitor from the opening, but yeah, I don't have never seen. Yeah, so whatever. He's, I would say low level spatial power. Yeah, like very limited spatial power. That's what I would guess. Then his power is. Maybe he could do more stuff, but what we know is like limited. This is Valdos then. But Valdos, in a similar way, is like he has the same power like Finral, but he has like a weaker version of Finral, right? Yeah, But I think we have to argue that his power is probably up here then, because he's at the same power, because he's way weaker than Finrod. It's like, what's the difference? They can gate people as Finrod. Finrod is way better, he can gate a lot more stuff and so on. Yeah, Finrod can gate a lot more stuff and he can gate a build and so on. But it's the same thing, right? He just uses that Valdos is weaker on it. Like, what's the difference between these powers be? Don't they have the exact same... Valtos, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like spatial magic, right? Yeah. Spatial magic, exactly like Finrod, yeah. So I wouldn't really... Yeah, I mean, I would say they have the same power. I would say they have the same power. He's just a way better user than he is, yeah. So it's fair to have him in the Imba slot, right? Okay, let's take the annoying brother. I guess it's two of him there and there. It's also Gouch, right? Yeah, I think so. Put it down here then. Yeah, so Gouch, reflecting mirror magic. It's a pretty laser magic, reflecting stuff. Be able to reflect stuff is pretty high tier. Yeah, it's also all about abstract magic ability. It's pretty high tier. You can counter all these different elements and stuff and so on. He can clone himself. He has like a really strong magic. I feel his magic is probably somewhere up here, where it's like it's not as good as his other like really crazy Imba magic like probability, but it's somewhere around here. Not as good as like the vacuum power. Not as good as being living flame. Not as powerful as like classic Imba light and darkness elements, but probably stronger than like wind magic or like quicksilver magic. Yeah. Definitely stronger than the other element magic. You can reflect them and so on. Somewhere up there. Then his sister, of course, Little Mary. Maria, she has the... There she is. She's somewhere down there, right? Yeah, maybe even here actually. Like paralyzing sun magic. It's like a very weak magic. Yes, look at them in the eyes. It's like the Medusa eye thing, Gorgon eye, petrify them looking at them. But actually not, because if a Gorgon does it, you get petrified. But she does it, you get paralyzed, but only temporarily. Petrification happens and then you're petrified, right? Yeah. But she just keeps staring at you, and her power is only good with the reflected mirror stuff and so on. Of course, she was a grown-up and she could fight and so on. She could look at them in the eyes, of course, by herself. But still, that seems really weak. Maybe she can just... I mean, I guess potentially you could maybe just stare at people generally, and you could just paralyze them by generally being in your vision. Maybe the power could do something like that when you kind of look at them, generally, and they just, without even looking at in the eyes, you just like, I look at you, and you, oh yeah, maybe that's how the power's potential limit is. Maybe, but what we've seen so far, power is like it's very limited, very limited present power. So I'll give it down here. But maybe it's like up here, maybe if you can use generally look at someone. But yeah. Okay, we have a few cases left now. Grey has this transformation power, and she can also transform other stuff and copy them and so on. It's a pretty weak power. I mean, it's not. It has some utility, right? But wouldn't you rather have like Mimosa's healing and her radar and her? She can even fight with her powers now. Yeah, wouldn't you rather have Mimosa's a badass power? Would you rather have like the singing magic than just pretty much a better, supportive magic? Yeah, she can clone people or become copy of them. Some trickery to that. She has high utility because she can transform objects too. But it's still like I feel like a weak utility magic compared to the other magics. And I mean, I'm assuming that the dance magic works like in other universe where you can actually dance and give people buffs and so on, right? Everyone in your party gets double attack power by you dance and so on, yeah. Which is a lot stronger than... I mean, I assume that the dance magic could work, singing magic, kind of that, yeah. So, someone there is definitely better than... Well, I mean, her power is probably the best of these stuff. Yeah, okay, that's fair. It's better than those, but yeah. Okay. Let's go on. Henry's power of the house. It's a kind of parasitic, draining your mana power. Which actually is like very limited power, right? You have to have the house, People that learn how to be strong. I mean, potentially he could like drain people's mana, which is pretty strong, kind of like a parasitic power like up here, but it's very, very limited. His power, of course, is killing himself. You have to take it in consideration. It's like a bad power to take because he will be paralyzed and so on almost. So it's definitely like a lower scaled power, but high potential, I guess, in these kind of weird, like weak lightning, feather magic. I have to say, when I look at this list, even weak lightning is probably up here, though, because it's just weak lightning. But it's probably like an actual trash magic, right? You have to look at it from like, yeah, because if you look at it from a power scale thing, it is a pretty weak power, right? It's like you can't basically walk, and like if you pick the power, you're gonna die almost and so on. Yeah, like you have to think about that power has so much liability. Yeah, you don't want that power. It's like like a really bad power to have actually. Might even be the worst power in that sense, because it's a curse more than a good power, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fair actually, because it's like the power makes you almost die constantly, yeah, and so on. It's not like a good power. Okay, so she has water to manipulate the power, right? Yeah. That's sister, and she has basically the exact same power as this family. She's just way weaker than them, so she's up here. Because, yeah, she has... I mean, that's more on the mana, right? She has the mana power. She has the power of water. This is a, you know, again, this is about the powers, right? Okay. This is just another Lich version or whatever. This is Astos Demon, I guess, anti-magic, so yeah. Been there, done that. So we can this left here. Also, this is the same guy there. Bam. And this guy got a little better version than that. So this is like snow element. Yeah, he gets like, it's kind of like I can give the snow. It's kind of like here, I guess. it's like a weaker version than ice. Yeah, it's not an element power. It's like a weaker version than that. He got like a really crappy, yeah, molding power, controlling power. He's probably down here in the trash tier of these guys that can't really, yeah. Somewhere here I feel it's here the level of this like trashy manipulated power. It's like way worse than other power. Yeah, that's a trash character. Smoke element. That's like feels like a really bad wind element. But maybe it wouldn't be. Maybe it should be the same. But maybe it should be equally good as wind. But this just seems that yeah, it's like a weaker smog element controlling. It's like a weak element manipulated power, right? He can hide and so on, yeah. Smoke screens, yeah. It's like a, but he doesn't really fight with it. He can't really mold it to be fighting. It's like a weak version of wind magic. It feels like, you know, more like a stealthy wind magic. Yeah, it's probably somewhere in the like the. It's like probably somewhere here. I feel in the weaker mid tier, yeah, in the weaker version of other elements, like weaker wood, weaker wind, basically. Yeah, it's like the weaker version of what we'll have. Then we have, let's see here, this guy. Okay, so Grandpa got his weird. Okay, let's Google it. Grandpa. I mean, he has a kind of weird. How would I say it? He has this kind of weird. The whole closing in space. Yeah, like what would you call his power? It's kind of like. Oh my god, what would we call this power? Because his power is kind of like... Yeah, what would you call his power? I mean, I have to Google his power. Like, I mean, and his power is kind of like, you know... oh my god, what is it? I can't remember the name now. What is his power? Cool. His power is kind of like spatial... He has kind of like a spatial power, right? Grandpa, yeah. Can't remember his name now. Koana's and Grandpa, so I'm gonna go. Gifts. Okay, sorry. Gifts. I couldn't remember that name. Okay. Did they even say that were Gifts? Okay, Gifts' powers. It's a kind of game, yeah, you know, fake and some kind of. He could lock Yam into this place, right? Yeah. No, sorry, Yam was locked by the bad guy. Sorry, no, he wasn't. He's a kind of, you know, weird. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's like a weird, very weird utility magic that seems. I mean, I guess potentially it's like arcade. You can stuck people in a game and they have to play the game. And you can force them with different rules and so on. It's like a reality power, I guess, but like a weak reality power. Would that be fair to say? It's hard to say. His power is so undefined. Yeah, gravity power is so undefined. I'm probably putting some here then. So it's like a weak reality power. Yeah, very limited reality altering power. Is that? But again, reality power is the best shit ever. But it's like very limited. Yeah, it's like very area and confining limited reality power. And you know, no defense for yourself if someone attacks you and so on. So it's like no, probably his power is very hard to define. Yeah, and then his son has water power. He's another water user, so he's like here. Yeah, like he's stronger than her, I guess. But yeah, it's another. It's a lot of water use. Yeah, he's another water user. Not a water boy. Okay, few kids left now. Yeah, almost done. Yeah, few kids left. So. His powers is, I mean, it's the one that he easily defeats. Yeah, he's the one he easily defeats, but his powers weren't they pretty good? Yagos, his powers is like Muscus magic. Yeah, it's another like limited. Yeah, I mean he's also like a weak elemental power, I guess. Somewhere here, I guess. Yeah, somewhere here. It's like weaker version than other element powers. Yeah, that's fear. I feel Murko's element control. Where we left. His slashing power is like I just want to slash anything, but also definitely a weak power. I feel. Yeah, it's like I can slash anything, but it's a physical attack, and anyone can do that with other. It's like a very weird. He can use slash stuff. Yeah, it's just Jack the Ripper. I can slash stuff faster or harder or something. It's like a weird, weak kind of weird power. Yeah, it's a very weird, undefined power where you use slashes stuff. It feels very weird, you know. But I guess I'm giving it like a C tier because it feels incredibly limited. It's very limited, and his defense is horrible, yeah. But I guess it's like infinitely I can slash stuff. I guess it's the best C tier. It's like, yeah. But it feels incredibly weak, and he couldn't slash Fana anyway because he could like reborn, so it wasn't even like his affinity of slashing doesn't mean he can anti-heal people or so on, yeah. So no, that's a pretty weak stuff. Yeah, a few cards left. That's Funeral again. I think so. Who is it otherwise? Isn't it aren't it two Funeral? Isn't it a Funeral with sort of hairstyle? I think it is. Or some stupid, but I think it's Funeral again. I think whatever. I was like, Funeral again, yeah. He has the weird. He has the power of how do I say it? Manatee, yeah, manatee power. It's pretty weak. He's very trashed here. You can heal people. Like Mimosa, but I mean he's like a maximum of the version. Right? He's like a weaker healer than her, and he go back. She can heal people. He can heal people better right now, but she can also do other stuff. So he's like a weak healing power. Yeah, it's like a limited healing power. Feels like a very. I mean, healing power is good to have, but yeah, it's like he can only heal people. That's the best power. He's a doctor. Yeah, it's very limited. What we have seen so far, at least, very limited. Max can talk to people. That's like horribly weak power. Yeah, actually, it's probably a trash tier. I mean, yeah. I think it's probably better than being invincible. It's probably somewhere freaking down. It's probably better than it uses metal power. It's probably somewhere down like here. I would say like his power. Probably here. Yeah, it's like I can talk to people, telepathic talking to them. Yeah. I haven't seen anything else. It's super weak communication power. Yeah, weak communication power. That's what we're talking about. We have a few cool cards left here, which I like in the storyline. So we have Dorothy in her like whimsical, fantasy magic. Fantasy magic is definitely somewhere I mean, it's a really weird magic, right? She can do all kind of crazy shit in the air, and she can do weird stuff outside as well. She has a very weird witch power. It's probably definitely very hard to say what she can do, but you could defeat her in her own magic world. I mean, yeah, she's probably like low limit imba power. It's like a very weird, limitless fantasy power. Yeah, I believe in this stuff, right? Yeah, the imaginative power. So that's like super strong too. Usually, she's actually probably even at word level, probably, but weaker than word because it's catching that. Yeah, it's probably up here, probably. If it's fair. So the queen's blood magic makes her like be 1,000 years old, right? She can control people and she can like heal people, and she has a very high utility with her magic. Yeah, she can do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? And she's like super ancient, and I guess the mother of all the witches, whatever. Yeah, she can give birth to everyone. So no, but she has like a really weird power set and very limited power. She's probably up here, yeah. With her magic power, because it seems to just give her like endless potential, right? Like she can heal people, but she can also control people with that. Yeah, just be able to control people is really good. Yeah, that power is really good, and being able to not age, right? She's like the ultimate MILF, right? She's stuck in her perfect MILF shape. Yeah, but she said her power makes you get her power. You get like, you're basically immortal, and you can also heal everyone else, and then you can control them, and she can do all kinds of stuff right there. So she has like some incredible power that gives her, her like blood magic. That's what it's called, right? I think I'm right in that. Yeah, I think I'm correct on that. Blood magic, right? That's what her power is called. Yeah, blood magic. When she can manipulate people, she can create stuff. She can also create birds, probably blood magic. Oh yeah, she can like sense mana, also buy her power and with mana, with blood and so on, yeah. But yeah, she only has 3 Clover. She only has 3 Clover, but blood magic itself is like freaking OP, yeah. Because she can do, again, right, she's super old because I guess blood magic makes you don't age, right? Because like I mean, it basically means, I think, if you look at how she kind of looks like her power works, if it is kind of undefined in a way, but you have to assume that her blood magic is basically like a Wolverine power, right? No, but seriously, isn't it? Like her blood magic makes her body, her blood itself is so powerful she can't age, right? That's why she's old, and she can heal people. So it's like a super self-healing power, but you can also extend that to heal anyone else, right? You can heal anyone else's powers that, for example, the doctor could heal. Yeah, he could heal that. Yeah, so her healing magic is the best healing magic so far in the anime. Better than no one else could heal Asta, right? Monster could heal her, and so only she could heal him. So she had the best healing magic, but she can also constantly heal herself, right? So she's like constantly not aging, reviving, rebirthing, whatever. So it's perfect in that sense. And then she also gets to control people with blood magic, and animals and so on with her blood magic. So she has to take control, and and she can like sense people with blood, and she has a lot of weird stuff going on. So her and still, we only saw like the tip of her icebreaker power. She has more power. She then even in fight, right? So yeah, so this like incredible blood magic seems to be incredibly imbalanced. Yeah, I mean, used to have the best healing magic and also having the best, potentially better than Fana self-healing powers. Those two alone is really imbalanced. Then also being able to control people is also really imbalanced. I think this is definitely very high tier power to have. Few people left here now. Yeah, we're kind of here now. I mean, she has ice magic, right? Isn't that image here is weird to me? But I think that is the ice girl, which I can't remember now. What's her name? Finis, right? Finis. I think that's Finis. I'm a little short on the image there, but I think that's Finis. Finis, of course, has ice magic, or like a finesse or her name spell. Yeah, finesse calm. No, sorry, finesse is God. I am okay. I'm tired. I slept too much tonight. No, sorry, finesse, of course. This is finesse, of course. What's the ice girl called? But yeah, Phoenix has no magic, right? What we know. I mean, she's like a royal, but yeah, but she's high, but she doesn't know how her actual magic is. No, what's her name again? What's the ice magic user? Ice magic user. Yeah, Heat is in this map, right? That's true. Where's Heat actually? The first guy with ice magic. He's not in the list, right? That is true. Where is Heat? The first bad guy they defeated, yeah. Did she was it a snow medic? No, I guess she kind of like a snow. I guess she's like snow medic more. What the hell is her name? Yeah, because she kind of makes them fall asleep and so on, right? Yeah. Why can't I find her name? I'm looking at the Wikipedia, like, what the hell is her name? Okay, I'm feeling embarrassed now. What the hell is her name? Oh my god, what is her name? I'm like, I'm looking at the Snowmatic. It doesn't say her name. It says the ability name, but it doesn't say what she's called. Oh my god, it's frustratingly bad Wikipedia. So I'm finding like unclimbable ice wall, but it doesn't say who's the creator. Yeah, but it doesn't say in the actual list what her name is. Like, what is wrong with them? Why did you write? Yeah, so I'm looking at again, like at the, I'm looking at the list, and I'm like, why can't I find her damn name? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. How hard can it be? I can't even find her. Ah, there we go. Fragile is her name. Fragile. Tormenta. There we go. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. So it was on F, right? Fint, I call it. So yeah, I'm blaming it on the bottom F. Fragile. That's her name, yeah. Yeah, but she's an ice. She's a snow. It's the same, yeah. Controlling snow element magic, yeah. Controlling snow. So, it's the same level. Like, eventually, I mean, she's much better than him, though. I guess it's like the same thing, but she's much better. But this is the same magic. It's the same magic, right? So, yeah, but Fragile today. I was like, F, that's, yeah. Finesse, I don't know what she can do yet, yeah. Okay, a few cards left. Compass magic. Okay, this is hard. Compass magic is like vector magic. She can like revert stuff, get them stuck in there. She could like defeat, Onisama with her weird compass magic and reflecting stuff. And her magic is like crazy, abstract and weird. It feels like almost an imbalanced magic, right? Compass magic. It is one of those really weird abstract magic. You can reflect stuff and I'm saving Sora for last there, but her compass magic is like super strong, yeah. It defeats the elemental magic users, except Noelle, which is like, I can just fly around and own you, bitch. Yeah, yeah. So it actually doesn't then if you're too fast enough. So it's like it's like a reflective magic, but doesn't really. It's not that super. It's like weak reflective magic, I guess. That's one way to look at it. Vectoring stuff, get him stuck and so on. Yeah. A very hard magic to gouge. So I didn't pick her up earlier here because, again, she reflects stuffs but doesn't do it very well, right? She can do it, but not in like if I'm faster than you can't do it. So in that argument, she couldn't defeat any elemental user if they used faster. Yeah, so it's like a limited. But I kind of like her magic. It's probably somewhere here. I feel it's like a B, not weaker than that. Kind of a supportive magic. But yeah, it goes very limited. Let's take Sora then. So I really love his character, one of the best characters, right? But his magic is very, very strong, right? Reflective trap magic. I could almost pick his magic because I'd be like, I would love trap magic. I want to put some traps. No, but I mean, seriously, I think there's a funny magic. You have to be intelligent. It's like a complicated magic to use, right? I like this. I probably would pick his magic. Be like, yeah, this is the baddest trap magic. I would like that, but his trap magic is so it's also limited. It's like prepared before and so on. He has one body though, so it's very very limited magic, right? It's trap magic, and this is the smarter you are, the better it is. But this is very hard to use it because he has like prepared traps beforehand and so on. But he can counter any goddamn elemental user with his trap magic if he just doesn't, if he's prepared. He's Batman, and he's utility belt enough, right? So in that sense, it's like, but it's still compared to like just absorbing the powers, it's way better. So, but I think it's a better magic than elemental magic. I think so, because it can counter them all, as long as you're smart enough, yeah. And it's similar to the reflective power of his mirrors, yeah. But he can also do other traps too, like he's building a trap. But no, but it's like a very weird power, but the potential is definitely incredibly high. So I think it's probably somewhere. I think I prefer it over reflective magic. Definitely, anything it beats all the elemental basic powers. But again, it's like he loses to someone who's being faster than him too, right? Probably. But it's like a better version than compass magic. But she's kind of like, I can compass now. It goes faster, but it doesn't really reflect it back. It's kind of like, I vector back at you. But his power is like, I take the thing and I duplicate, or I like increase the damage you do in your fireball by 4 times. And yeah, his traps are, it's like a better reflect in her. Yeah, it's like I do the thing, but you take 10 times the damage, right? So that his potential is much higher, right? She's just like a vector back. Yeah, that she's weaker, right? That I guess used what is that? Another demon I haven't seen yet? Or is that a demon? Whatever. Either a character I haven't seen yet, or it's like another demon. Maybe it's the Lich turning into, I guess it's like Lich into demon form. Yeah, whatever. We have very few characters left here. So we have, who is this character crying here? This I think is just Juno again, right? This is like Juno without the wind power, yeah, isn't it? But here's the sand. This is also like a weak elemental power. Yeah, it's one of those like, meh, better have the glass sanding. Yeah, it's like a weaker version of, I guess it gets into my category of I have a weaker elemental power than other has. Probably better than those though. Somewhere like here. It's like the weaker version of that. He also has the weaker version of, or basically it's the same element as the other character has in the elemental scale. Yeah, it's also kind of like I have the weaker version of that, or arguably it's the same version as the family of the elemental people. Yeah, it's also pretty much like, you know, oh, I have the weaker version of this stuff, more or less. But you could argue then that actually it's the user that is weaker and not the actual power, because it's kind of like, oh, could he also do what she can do? Probably. I guess I put him here too. Whatever. I feel I'm kind of indifferent on his power. It's kind of like, yeah, it's also kind of like a weaker version than what other elements can do, mainly controlling that stuff and so on. But it's kind of like they can do the same thing but better, right? Yeah. And I don't actually know what it is. Someone is crying here. This image here, I don't know what it is actually. I will admit to say I don't know what it is, because it's like someone is crying. A lot of people are crying in this manga anime. I can't on my light. Who is it? Seriously. I do realize we are missing Marsh in this list. It kinda looks like him a little bit when he's crying. I do realize it's missing Marsh. It has all the generals, but it doesn't have Marsh. Yeah. That's Marsh crying. Maybe it is. Because it has the kind of thing in the head, right? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I was like, who is that character? But I'm thinking that this is more like from like, I don't have the other character in the list here. I'm thinking that Marsh has that kind of thing in his head, right? The diamond thing. And I guess it's Marsh crying, like when Fana gets back. Yeah, it has to be, right? I think so, because it's like, I'm thinking that they haven't got to Marsh yet. And that's my biggest thing. He's one of the few characters in the list, but I haven't seen the list. And there has to be Marsh crying then, I guess. So, okay. I figured out. Marsh is focus, sorry. So yeah, it has to be Marsh crying. And Marsh has then the diamond elemental control power, which also feels like a weaker power than, you know, just controlling earth and so on, because it's like you can create your armor and so on with your earth power, but you can also create, you know, earth rift and so on. So I think he's actually, I would say definitely he's somewhere down here, right, in like the weaker elemental scale. I would probably rather have like a poison power in him, but I'll probably pick him over these guys. Of course, Mars is a character that's both, you know, Fana's flame and that. That's why he's so strong, right? But from just having diamond power, it's not that strong, you know. I mean, of course, diamond armor is very rough and true. But the best thing is, basically he can create diamond, but can't all the people do the same thing with element? Yeah, it feels like a weaker elemental medic. But having two of, you know, having 1-2 element power makes him very strong as a character. But from a diamond perspective, and otherwise, if you have both fire and diamond, yeah, then it's much higher. But he doesn't. I think it's fair to say he has diamond power pretty weak. Okay, then he is that. Then I have to say, what is this guy? Is that like? Is that gambling dice roller guy? Is that elf, right? They were missing that guy. Well, I think that's him. I'm not sure what's his name again. Gamble magic, that's magic. Baval. I think it's Baval. I think it's Baval. That's the kind of same thing in the head, right? Little weird image there. I think that's Baval. I think it's Baval. Maybe he has Baval has like 2. He has like 1. Who is this guy in the elf tribe? Because yeah, we are missing maybe a few elves in this list here. The list isn't perfect, right? We're missing maybe 1 or 2 characters that are very little screen time. That's very little screen time, but it's not that. He doesn't also communication special power. Yeah, we're missing like the elf with like teleport power too. Yeah, that's true. And I guess Tithia isn't in the list, even though she's like, you know, the wind magic. But yeah, that's true. It's not Tithia, right? She's a wind magic, but. Yeah. Yeah. But who is he? Otherwise. It's an elf, right? But I can't even reckon what elf it is. The only elf I'm thinking is Duval, the guy with the gambling power. Because that's the only elf I haven't seen yet, I feel. I'm looking at the list here, they have one, but they're missing. If you get here's a full. Okay, so I have him here. He's an unnamed elf. You got that. You press on him and it doesn't even give you what his name is. So he's an unnamed elf. Yeah, I was like, what is it, Duval? No. I found it here on Wikipedia. He's an unnamed elf. He has no elf name. And it doesn't even have, if you press on him on the Wikipedia, and you don't even get like the Black Clover wiki, it doesn't even get you his normal human name either. So yeah, I'm just like, I guess, but it's not Duval. The Duval is the only guy who has the weird gambling power, with the weird like I roll dice and Baval, and it's like he roll the die right, and it's like if I get the good power. I get a yeah. I guess I went. Yeah, David is his human form. Yeah, but he gets like the random power. There. It's like I roll this shit and then I you know I get yeah. His power is kind of weird. That guy isn't even named, but he can do it. It's like an unnamed elf guy. He doesn't even have a name. So yeah, that's a little. Yeah, I'm just a little bit like, that guy doesn't even have a freaking name, man. I don't know. What can he do? But anyway, this guy, and last, I guess it is this guy, and this guy has ice magic, so yeah. Ice snow magic. Well, I mean, that's true. They have snow. I prefer ice over snow. Where's the ice girl? Yeah, I guess here then, yeah, like something like that. But lastly then, this guy freaking because who is he? What's his human name again? That's true, we don't have Siren in the list. He has the summoning yeah, the stone magic, another word, yeah. That's true, we don't have he's in the list, right? Siren, he has the stone magic. It's kinda like similar. You can summon stuff as a one, like other characters, but you can also like use a kind of weird raider thing like Mimosa. So utility. But this guy then, I remember who he is even in the normal form. It's not that guy. I mean, obviously a few characters are missing here that have, yeah, they're missing like 10. They're missing some of the tournament characters. Has like, you know, I can summon Copper Mad. I can summon, yeah, like Ben. That's like I can summon a Copper Blade. But those guys are like, you know, they have the limits of. They kind of like it down here, right? They're missing the people that have like the power of like Klaus. Like I can summon a Copper Hammer. So I can do this thing, or yeah, we're missing a few of those like really low-ranking characters. There's F later, yeah, or like the guy with the ballista firepower, yeah. We're missing those guys, right? We're missing the guys that has like, there are a few characters in the tournament arc that has, I can summon like a fire ballista, but basically those guys are like weaker version of fire element medic, yeah. Or they use, you know, weaker users of fire medic, but have fire medic. But that last guy then, who knows? So whatever, that is the power list. Long video is the true, you know, ultimate power list. It does lack again. This doesn't have the useless. I did this one very quickly, right? It lacks. I took this one list here, add a few characters. It lacks a few of those like really like one episode. Oh, I can throw a fireball kind of character. It does lack like maybe 10 or so of those characters, but obviously they're all somewhere down in the bottom, right? Because they're like either they are the same thing like Mereoleona, they have his fire medic, but Mereoleona is just incredibly better at it, so they actually could get the same level as her if they have better mana and so on, right? Either they're that, or they are kind of like down here where they're like, well, they kind of have not really fire medic. It's like fire ballista medic. It's like use a worse, more limited version of fire medic, or so on, right? So there's a couple of tournament characters that has basically those medic. Heat is missing 2, I realized. Sorry for that, but yeah, he has ice medic, right? So he's nice. But Heat is kind of covers almost every character's power anyway, because again, the few characters that's also included are the characters that basically has a weaker version of what the character has, or like. They have the same power actually, but they're a weaker character, right? So they actually do have fire magic, but they're just very bad using it. But yeah, that's the power list. That is the maximum list of mad elements if you ignore the duplicates. So yeah, it's like, you know, we have, I'll say it, Vanessa wins, of course, best girl. She's, you know, awesome. Onesha. No, I think Vanessa is really strong, right? Vanessa has the whole the kit of control stuff and so on, but also is the ridiculous probability, auto probability effect is amazing. Reality power is better than time power, then time power is the best shit ever, always. Then, you know, anti everything is good, word, you know, limited imaginative word power is very good. Blood magic in her case is like super healing everyone and controlling and manipulating and so good. Badass. Whimsical power is good, corporate power is of course good in general. Revive people, having their powers staying with the dead body, very, very good. And then of course, absorbing any magic, different spatial magic is also good. And then just like a ridiculous healing self power of similar to blood magic, right? He can heal his body wounds and so on, but weak. And then sword magic is for some reason incredibly strong in this world, where you can like sword, I can do this thing, yeah. And then we have elemental powers, little after powers like vacuum and trap. And reflective magic, yeah. Quicksilver element's good. Water element's also good, right? But while Quicksilver is better, right? Because you have this same thing, but it's better metal and water. Different elemental users, and then people that maybe most is gonna be higher, maybe Nero is higher, but I don't know. Like supportive people in the B tier. They're all, yeah, people that have utility, like defensive buff people, but they can't really fight that well. They have like almost no offense utility whatsoever. I guess dance magic also has some offense, but very poor poor defense magic. Yeah, different kind of that. Then we have the C tier, which is like I guess they have mostly a weaker version of elemental magic with some weird like I can slice, or I can like create a game that maybe game magic is high, right? And then we have this like I don't know, I can have cherry blossom magic. Sabun Sakura, it could be strong, I guess. It's hard to define. He's very excellent using his powers. Binding magic from her very limited, I think. Her drag very limited, definitely. And then their magic is very, very limited. It's sending feathers or like a metal thing, very limited compared to like the Quicksilver and so on. They have to do the same thing, it's better, yeah. And lastly, this like really horrible magic, like, oh, I can stealth. But yeah, but if you look at stealth magic again, and you're just doing stealth, right? You still like normal human with stealth magic. That's not very powerful at all. Yeah, and then like I can talk to people, big power. I can do this big, weak crazy, really weak metal magic, right? And again, there's like 10 other characters in freaking Black Clover that has like Copper, Ballista guy that has similar. I can summon. They are basically like Seek, like they're like class Seek level, they can like I can summon a Ballista, kind of, they're like weaker version of metal magic, right? Where again, you know, the Silva family of Quicksilver magic could also probably just create that, right? Or someone else like I can create metal can do the same thing, right? So they're very weak. Like again, what's his name with Copper magic? It's Ben, Ben is his name. He has like I can summon, copper-based magic spells. It is such a horrible magic. Klaus can also use summon metal, right? Or make a hammer. He's like, I can summon a copper hammer and smack you. In Klaus, like, I can summon metal and smack you. Yeah, whatever, right? It's horrible magic, so they are definitely the bottom. So I guess this list kind of ignores some of the weaker users. Yeah, they really you could have a few more trash people here. But I mean, the thing is that kind of from how this is done, right? They're really almost the really biggest trash people in the anime. They have sort of screen time. Oh, this guy has like a copper hammer. And it's like 1 episode screen time at most, right? It's like 1 scene with him. It's like he has like a 5-minute screen time basically, and then it's like in the background an elf. Yeah, so the people with really boring magic, with really limited magic, they don't get any screen time anyways. That's why they don't do the list, right? Because whatever. I mean, in a sense though, we don't know what they can do because they have so little screen time, so we can't barely say what they can do, right? But it's probably because they are so trashy that they don't even get screen time because it's so boring magic. Oh, you can summon copper stuff. You can summon steel stuff. Yeah, it's like boring, more of them. Yeah. So I think that's the issue there. But anyway, that's the list, ultimate list, right? And again, it's like 10 other characters that are all trash. They're so trash that they're not in the list, right? More or less, yeah. But also, as I mentioned, they have 2 little screen time, so you can't really say for certain, I suppose. But I think from the author's Tabata Sensei's view, it's like, well, this character are existing, but they're really trash, so there, I don't give them screen time. Probably, right? Anyway, that's the list. See you guys. Have a great subscribe to the on. Of course, we go. It's a quarter that's coming out tonight, and of course, next week I hope Black Clover is back, right? With the actual episode. I think it's back. I've looked through it very quickly this episode, and that today, and it's just like. It ends with them doing the defeating Akuma, right? The Asta and Nero and so on, yeah. And, Yami cutting and so on. So it ends with them winning. So next week should be an episode again, right? A normal episode. So anyway, see you guys and have a great day.